All
No, I love your choice of intro music every time. I look forward to it.
it's an NFT that we purchased in the day in the Novoverse, and it was, I don't know, $20-$30 to mint it, and it's an NFT that we can use. And why not use what you have in those wallets? But I wanted to have a friendly Friday for not only us, but our friends that we work with all the time here at Vayner NFT, and do a little doxing, see what we have in store as far as the awesome friends that we get to work with every single day. And when we say work, we're actually just hanging out and playing and putting content out there for others to watch and view, but then also doing the important part of educating clients and also, their fans on the NFT space. So this will be a perfect mix and match to kind of get a pulse of what's going on behind the scenes here at Vayner NFT, and also just to kind of poke some fun and have some good core questions asked, like, what was the last song you just listened to? And for all of us, that was Warp Sounds. And I want to, put a big shout out for them for making some cool things in the space. But D-Rob, how have you been, my friend? It's been a week since we've been on Spaces. Actually, 2 weeks. We weren't on last week.
It's true. We had such an awesome Spaces that I was still in attendance. So it's really cool. This week has gotten busier and busier as we progress, but happy that it's Friday and looking forward to a good weekend. For all of those who don't know me, my name is David, or D-Rob, and I'm a creator here at Vayner NFT. And that kind of just means that I make whatever people ask me to make. So that could be memes, that could be videos, that could be songs. I've done a little bit of everything at this point, and that's the fun part. And so I think a good first question as we go around the room of doxing ourselves is, what is your spirit animal? So I am going to say that my spirit animal is a red panda, because I'm not as lazy as a full-size panda, but I'm still a partial panda. You know what I mean? I feel like and I also have an NFT that is a red panda, so I feel like it just makes sense. Alan, let's kick it over to you, because you are kind of our celebrity right now, which isn't even part of your job. But tell us about what you do at Vayner NFT and your spirit animal.
What's up, everyone? I got my Crocs on. This is an important conversation, so we're taking it seriously. What do? I write some copy. I'm very blessed to be working with a lot of very talented and lovely people. And, like Nova was saying, we get to hang out and create some very cool things. So it's an absolute honor to be there. My spirit animal would probably be like a golden retriever. I really respect the loyalty that they have and just their outlook on life. And, I want to have some more conversations with them to get their perspective on a lot of things. So
I was going to guess a seal or a sappy seal, but that was just guessing. That was just a guess from the outside looking in. But, reliable golden retriever. I like it. The question is, if we, throw question being, if we throw a stick out there, will you retrieve it and bring it back to us? Or are you going to gnaw on it yourself?
Absolutely. I'm a big stick guy. Good to test out the jets, see how fast I am now in my old age. So absolutely, throw a stick, I'm going to go get it.
Well, I did see some footage of you catching a football, a long bomb. Make sure that you are following him. He is, man, you are on fire with what you're producing out there. But I want to get another team member in there. She has been on before. Elena, how about your spirit animal? But also tell us, people who aren't familiar, what your cause around the office here at Vayner NFT is.
Hey, Novo. Hi. I do some copy as well at Vayner NFT, working with amazing clients. And my spirit animal, I think, is got to be a horse. I will not say unicorn. It's a horse. I don't know. It's just so wild and like free and can just run anywhere and doesn't need anybody else. So it's a horse or a vibe. So
I love it. Perfect answer. Love that. Yeah, so let's keep going with the copywriters because I feel a theme coming on. So Sarah, why don't we jump to you? I kind of gave it away, but tell us about, what you do at Vayner NFT and also maybe like how you got into this position because you have never been on Space before. So welcome.
Hello, everyone. I am Sarah. Like David said, I'm also a copywriter. My spirit animal would be definitely a dolphin because, I don't know, I'm very extroverted. I love the water. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's my vibe. But how I got my job here, let me see. I feel like that's a very long story. But to like condense it all down, beforehand, I used to work in finance, and I decided that I really liked to write. So ended up landing a job somehow at Vayner, and then was able to switch teams to this specific team. And I've learned a lot since being here. I've become sort of a degen, I guess you could say, just a little. But yeah, learning a lot, and I love it.
I think DGen is a box that you need to check in the resume. I am not for sure, but if you scroll down on Vayner NFT, are hiring. If you look down at May 4th, we do have some employment opportunities where you can check out that. And then also there on May 30th, calling all NFT enthusiasts on the greenhouse.io link on the bottom of that page has their NFT openings. So, I mean, it's just awesome. And so we have a dolphin. Elena, I like how you were thinking about a unicorn. I don't know if you'd classify a unicorn as a animal. I would, because I like to include all aliens, apes, and zombies in that. But want to hand it off to Chroma Cat's own. And, maybe not so much writing copy, but Brendan, what's going on, my friend? You've been on my show plenty of times. How have you been?
Hey, Crypto Nova, what's up? I've been good. Yeah, getting to work on the fun stuff. So even up to this point right now, just I'm senior designer. If people who don't know me, in the Doxxing seat, my name is Brennan, as it says in my username and handle here. But yeah, I do, a lot of creative for a lot of fun clients. Fun stuff we can't talk about yet, but it's been a blast. Yeah. Thanks for having me up.
And then
what about your spirit animal, Brennan?
Spirit animal. I was first going to go with like a dino or a raptor or something like that, but I'll bring it back to earth a little bit, like present a little bit more. After Alan said he was in his Crocs, I just went ahead and jumped in my Crocs. So I'm going to say crocodile probably because they're so fun to draw. Along with alligators probably, because I lived in Florida for 5 years and I've seen plenty of them.
Does this mean I need to go put on my Crocs? I'm sensing a theme coming on. Have to go do that during the next question. But kind of, what was that, Elena?
New merch.
Yeah, let's make some Vayner NFT Crocs. I think everyone would want to be involved in that. So next question is based off of kind of what Sarah was saying in that she had like a different background before getting here. I think that's a common theme with a lot of people who work here at Vayner NFT. So I think let's do like kind of a fun version. What did you guys think you were going to be when you grew up? Because I know for a fact it wasn't a DGen in Web3. So like for me, I'm pretty sure I was going to work at NASA or become a baseball player. Like it was one of those two things. And it was definitely, or like the SpongeBob thing, I was going to be a football king in space or something like that. So open floor, whoever wants to go. What did you guys dream of doing when you were a kid, and how does it transfer over to Web3?
You almost made it to the stars. I mean, we had the Tom Sachs, rocket launch. So you're part astronauts in a sense. I'll rewind back to my spirit animal. So move over to being a cow. I love cows just for the practicality of it. And I guess this kind of growing up to what I wanted to be. I always just wanted to be a gym teacher because that was my favorite class, and I was able to accomplish that. And that kind of goes back to the spirit animal as well, is where I liked learning about the Native Americans and how they use their resources practically, like the buffalo, and they used every piece. And I just view the cow as a very practical thing. Not to mention, I live in the Midwest, so you don't have the mountains and the trees. You have farmlands, corns, and cows. So the cow is my spirit animal. But kind of doubling back, like when Gary was interviewing, um, some look like teenagers, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, you don't know what you want to be in 20 years. I had no idea I was going to cross this bridge, but I did like educating people, and I'm able to continue doing that at Vayner NFT, and also creating and networking with friends, like very much doxing my friends here today. So, would I ever imagine this? No. But what I'm going to be looking forward in the next 20 years is probably just educating others, maybe in the Web4 capacity when we're all on Mars and in the moon, and I'm sitting next to D-Rob, and he's the pilot of the rocket ship.
I can't wait to see that.
I will go next. What did I want to be when I grew up? Well, I had a big imagination, and if I'm going to be completely honest, I wanted to be something along the lines of Britney Spears. I can't sing at all, can't really dance either. So luckily for everybody else, that did not happen, obviously. But how does that translate to Web3? I think for the most part, I am a dreamer, have very big creativity, like imagination. And so I think in order to be in this space, you kind of have to be a dreamer, because not a lot of people get it. And therefore, that's when, creativity, imagination really come into play.
I love that so much. That's so well put. I think a huge part of being in this space is to never stop dreaming, and always, kind of like what Nova said, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. We have no idea. But you keep dreaming, and you keep looking for what you want to do, and you keep chasing after it. And this is the perfect space to do that.
Well, and I'll even assimilate, like Sarah, right now, you are like making content very similar to what Britney Spears does. I mean, she makes content with music, with dance, and you're doing that with major brands in a sense, and it might not be visual on a music video, TV screen, and whatever attracted you wanting to be similar to Britney Spears, but you are achieving your dreams. And people don't know the impact of the things that you write, but we get to see it every single day with just how we simply post our jobs, how we simply post other means of communication through the major brands that we work with. And that's all part of the intricacies that people don't know that happen behind Vayner NFT. Like, everyone thinks that, hey, we just have a half day, we're actually working. Some of us are working through lunch here on these spaces just to get our voices heard. So thank you, Sarah, for bringing that in. And you're achieving your dreams very similar to D-Rob going to the moon. Alan, Elena, Brendan, any thoughts of where you wanted to be if you had to jump in the time capsule or go back in time in the DeLorean?
I will add to that, to what was just said. I think there's like no shortage of ideas in this. That's the beauty of building in Web3. There's like so much that anyone can do. So I think that's why it's so important to be creative and not be stuck in one single thing, because you can always just find new ideas or find new projects or people to work with.
Yeah, that's tacking onto that. In this space in particular, there's no shortage of like people willing to brainstorm with you and to collab with you, and I just love that so much. Like, as a creative person, like somebody willing to like go through thought experiments about Web3 or like anything in particular, where art's going, what we can do with art in the next 3 to 5 years, be it through Web3 or maybe some newer technology, like just keeping our mind open that whole time. What I wanted to be growing up was kind of what I am. It's really similar. Like, I would say like maybe indie game developer, like something in video games. But this is all like the convergence of all those technologies with art. So I'm maybe exactly where I need to be. I could say, like, yeah, I don't want to be anywhere else. Like, it's Web3 in particular. It's like, it's such an amazing space to create stuff. And it's allows people to build like MVP, like minimum viable product of their dreams, and launch it and ship it to people to see if they can get an audience and grow from there. So it's just amazing. I love the space, and I'm here because I applied. So if anybody in the audience or listening to this afterward is either Web3 curious or a creative who isn't in Web3 yet but wants to be in the space, go ahead and apply.
I'm here because I applied. I love it. D-Rob is here because he accidentally just kept showing up to our meetings, and we enjoyed having him come to our meetings. I think that was the truth of it. And we're all like-minded individuals and very creative people. For me, myself, I don't very create much besides create friends, but having the structure around me where people can edit my thoughts down and put it into copy and put it into text is greatly helpful. Having those resources around me, same resources I did going into college, where I had to go into the writing room to make sure my papers were up to par for whatever I was turning in. And I'm able to lean on other people in my group or groups, like Alan Carroll turning into the meme king, queen, alien, or zombie that he's to right now with, having a light dinner with having rice and chicken with rice and chicken made out of rice and chicken on his pinned tweet. Make sure you're checking that out. That is some funny stuff. And then also, like seeing the growth of what we need in there with, with Sarah at It's Sarah she helps us keep into tune of what we actually need at Vayner NFT. So keeping us, up to par with the exact type of employment that we're looking for. If it's Web 2 based individuals that, have prior experience with brands, or if it's Web 3 based technology that we're still trying to navigate to head to our brands. Because myself being a brand strategist, it is taking many aspects of it and weaving it together. It's a big puzzle piece, and these are a lot of the puzzle pieces coming together. Back to another question. D-Rob, you got a good question for us to dox these people so people can get to know them a little bit better? Because I see 137 in the crowd. Thank you for listening, and other good friends in the crowd. But D-Rob, we have another good question, very similar to the spirit animals.
Yeah, so really quick before we go on to that, I was just going to mention how you were completely right. I fell into this job by accident. I worked at a different Vayner entity and was put into the wrong meeting, and I ended up at Vayner NFT. And then when, there needed to be some movement at the end of the year, Vayner NFT was like, hey, do you want to come back? And I was like, absolutely, I do. And so I had to learn all things Web3 in about, 2 days, and it was great. But I was also going to bring up how Elena, I don't know if we've actually if I've said this to you, but you're really into researching the Web3 space, and you write all of these things. And so I've read a lot of your content to just understand anything. So tell us a little bit about if you can, where do you get your research done, and how do you compile all this information for Web3 for those who are still getting into the space?
Unmute yourself there, Elena, our friend. Because I saw in-house, we did have an email go out from Elena. It was pretty much just the master plan of how to get people into the Web3 space, as far as just anything, setting up a MetaMask wallet, introducing it to others, how to transfer different aspects. There again, none of this is financial advice, but it's just passing information on to, sometimes we take it for granted. Sometimes we talk and, maybe use terms that others aren't totally familiar with. Let's try to invite Elena back up here again. Looks like she got pulled. I'll invite her up here. Let's see, invite to speak. We're requesting her up here again.
I got rugged.
It's
Sorry.
quite all right. Do you have the question? Do you want D-Rod to ask it again?
No, I heard it. I heard it. So I first of all, thank you. That's very nice of you. When I first get started in the space, I just really wanted to understand everything, because it's such a big space with like DAOs and social tokens and DeFi and so just read from every resource possible for a while. And I'm in like so many newsletters to make sure, because I want to make sure that I cover everything, like for stuff that I do in Vayner NFT and like my newsletters and outside. So honestly, I just go through most of the things that people write and then make sure that I take all of that in and synthesize and, make it digestible for everyone.
Aggregating the information down so it's digestible for us, because I mean it's tough for all of us to keep in touch. That's why we see spaces taking off in popularity through the last couple months, because people are able to get that information by simply just turning on their phone, seeing what's out there, hearing what's out there, and understanding other people that are in the space.
Okay, so now for the fun questions, because I realize that's probably why everybody else is actually here. So for the room, I'm going to ask, what is one of your favorite food combos? And bonus points if it's really weird and like people don't understand it. So for example, I love sushi and French fries, right? Should not go together, but is one of the most delicious combinations because you have the fresh raw fish that gives you like the super omega-3s, and then you have the fatty, salty French fries, and it's just, it's a nice yin and yang. So I love that. Does anybody else have weird food combos that they go to? Or if not, just like what's one of your favorite food combos?
I'll go. I'm going to take it over real quick, Brendan. I have a soon to be third grader after today. Congrats to him. So he likes to put different things in sandwiches. Obviously, like Cheetos on top of peanut butter and jelly, or Doritos have been established back in the day. So that's nothing new. A pizza flavor combo that I found to be awesome would be pineapple, bacon, and jalapeno. It's almost like a Caribbean jerk style. It's pretty delicious.
That is a hot take right there. Pineapple on pizza, but then you're adding spicy stuff with it. I like it.
And you can't forget the bacon for the salty at the end. So I know that's his pizza combination. So I'll keep it there for right now. But I'll pass it off, Brendan. I saw you had your mic off. So let's see. What would you gobble up?
Yeah, I got some two pretty weird ones. So the first one is I love watermelon, but like you'd never think that it would be good with black coffee, but I end up eating it in the morning, like around the same time, and it's not bad. I don't hate it. In fact, like it's like a core memory of mine now that I keep eating that same thing. Also, pizza related, just to piggyback off of Crypto Novo. So I come pretty much from the Midwest, like an Illinois boy, so pretty similar. I was born there in Southern Illinois, but then there's this pizza shop called Mackey's who copied, I think, this pizza shop called Monocle's up in Champaign-Urbana. So they have very, very thin pizza, but they like have dipping dressing that you can put it in, so like Italian dressing. I don't know, it's just unexpected, but super dope.
I ate at Monocle's last weekend. It's crazy you say that. That's why I didn't go out of my way to eat at Monocle's, but I know exactly what you're talking about, like a ranch dipping sauce. Bingo.
Legendary.
I have a really bad one. I don't do this anymore because I don't eat meat anymore, but I used to eat like salami with Nutella, and I'll just put it out there.
Nice.
My jaw just dropped.
You said Nutella and salami. For everyone, Nutella and salami. That is great.
It's good. It's good. You can do a little roll with it.
All right, challenge of the day for everyone listening is to go out and get some salami and Nutella and enjoy. Reply with a tweet later on. Make sure you tag us if you try it. To prove it, and gonna have to definitely do that.
If you're at a deli, just snap into a Slim Jim and get a little Nutella.
A Slim Jim. You're up in the game with the Slim Jim, just dipping it in there. I can visualize it right now. I want to hear Sarah, but I want to leave Alan for the end because Alan's writing all these downs for memes and pictures. He's going out. He's probably writing a grocery list just based around this. Not to eat it, just to take pictures. He's going to be a meme foodie. But Sarah, what are yours right here? These are great.
Okay, mine is kind of similar to Elena. I've only had it once, and this was like out to eat, but it was a burger with peanut butter on it. It sounds disgusting. Like, obviously, as long as you don't have everything on the burger, but it was mostly just like the meat, peanut butter, and then I think a few other toppings, and then like a good bun. It was actually not the worst thing I've ever had. Would I have it again? I don't know, but definitely, you know, an option for those who want to explore that realm.
Now I've heard, and this is from Chicago, maybe the gluttony of Chicago, but people replacing cheese with macaroni and cheese on their cheeseburger. Like, honestly, won't have cheese. They'll put macaroni and cheese on their cheeseburger, but peanut butter. I don't know if I would try that. Maybe if I had a donut as the bun and it'd be a breakfast burger. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think, honestly, if you do like it breakfast style, that would probably be more appealing to the masses. But this was not that. This was like a dinner situation.
All right. Before we go over to Alan, I know none of this has anything to do with NFTs, and this is definitely not financial advice, but maybe we just came up with our own NFT derivative project where we just mix different food items to see if it's something that could be edible. I don't know. Alan, how about you take it away? Because I know you're Sappy Seal there underneath that bandana is probably thinking hardcore about these things.
Honestly, memes aside, I'm a very picky eater, and I'm not proud to admit that at all. I honestly have like a 12-year-old's diet, like kids menu, like burgers, some grilled cheese, some chicken tendies. That's kind of the move. But honestly, I like pineapple on pizza, and that's a very hot topic, apparently. I don't see why. It's delicious. Most of the people hating on pineapple on pizza probably have not tried it, so they should probably maybe get that sorted out first.
I'm allergic to pineapple, so I'm going to take a pass on that. But I'll go with it. Like, I'll allow it. Wow, I did not know that was the question that was going to pop off, but some great suggestions there. Definitely going to try some salami and Nutella and some weird food combos in the future. This was great. We're about at the end of time. I mean, we probably should get back to our jobs, I guess, would probably be good. But this has been great. Novo, do you have any last sentiments that you'd like to send us off with?
Yeah, Cool Blue Leslie Wheeler is out of the office on vacation. Just make sure people are using your vacation days. Those are mentally released days, and it's cool to work at a company at Vayner NFT where they do let you go on vacation. We're organized professionals that are able to do things and multitask, and part of that is getting away. So I was able to get away last Friday, and I appreciate my teammates pulling up the rope for me, and then again this week where we can help each other out. So if you're listening, it is Friday. It is a friendly Friday. Go be nice to someone. And that's all it takes is a smile or a wave, and you can get one back, and it could be perpetual. But thanking my friends here for doxing themselves a little bit with some silly questions. I know not much of it was NFT-ified, but you know what? We're here to have fun. We're all like-minded individuals, and sometimes we got to release. So D-Rob, thank you. Alan, Elena, Sarah, Brendan, please follow any of them. If you say anything, feel free to grab the mic, and thank everyone for listening.
Thanks, everyone. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
This is Vayner NFT, the crew, to say stay positive and love life. Friendly Friday. Peace.